death in his country house. Accused of his murder is his ex-wife, the Baroness de Stempel, Susan Wilberforce.
She was always threatening him that she was going to get someone to kill him.
The alleged motive involves Heath House, which Susan co-owns, but Simon still lives in.
Yes, I did want him out of the house, it's quite true. But I didn't need to have to kill him for it.
The case illuminates dark secrets and a web of deceit. Can Susan's testimony clear her name in the case of the murder in the mansion? "68-year-old Simon Dale lives alone in the country mansion, Heath House. The eccentric old man is convinced the house is connected to the legend of King Arthur. Simon is nearly blind, but manages to get by without help and keeps to himself. Then, on September the 11th, 1987, he is murdered.
This man in his 60s, living in rather odd circumstances but doing no one any harm, opened his door on a Friday night in the middle of Shropshire and was subjected to the most brutal, violent attack, whose design really can only have been to kill him or do him very, very serious injury.
Two days later, Simon's secretary phones Heath House. When he doesn't answer, she drives over to check on him and finds Simon's lifeless body on the kitchen floor. One of the first officers to arrive on the scene is forensic expert Jeffrey Daniels.
It was in the east wing kitchen porch that there was the first indication of violent activity. Inside the kitchen, the deceased was lying on his back, and there was blood around the head. Close examination revealed what appeared to be 5 wounds to the top of the head. And also there was a slight mark to the throat.
Simon Dale's head wounds have been made by a heavy, blunt instrument. But the police also noticed that the kitchen table has been moved.
The deceased had struck his throat whilst falling forward on the edge of the table, resulted in a broken thyroid and hyoid bone, and so he would have choked on his own blood.
Simon Dale's death horrifies the local community.
We heard that he'd fought bitterly, this person who killed him, and I thought, fancy fighting a blind man to kill him, you must be pretty horrible.
At first, police are puzzled by the crime.
There was no ordinary, inverted commas, criminal motive. There was no theft, there was no burglary from within the house.
But it doesn't take long for the investigation to point directly at Simon's ex-wife. Susan Wilberforce has remarried and has gained the title of Baroness de Stempel.
There was